Welcome to Tech Savvy. My name is Leigh Newman and I am the Executive Director of Campus Operations on the LaGrange campus at West Georgia Technical College. We have a very exciting episode today. We are interviewing some students that are in the Think Academy, which is a college and career academy that is attached to West Georgia Tech, to the LaGrange campus. And today, first we're going to start off with Mary Beth Calloway. Welcome to Tech Savvy.
Thank you.
I'd like for you to just start off by why Think Academy.
Okay. Last year I was given the opportunity to come to Think Academy, and I was told that it was a college and career academy that would prepare us for our future. And when I heard about the healthcare or the health, program, I was very interested. And last year our teacher was Dr. Clark, and she was a registered nurse. And after my first year, I was just very interested. I learned a lot from that, and I decided this year to come back.
Well, so you're in your second year of healthcare programs?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you taking academic classes too?
The only other class here I have is chemistry.
Chemistry,
yes.
Okay. Are your plans to transfer, well, not really even transfer, move on to West Georgia Tech next year
Yes,
to become
they are.
a CNA?
Yes, ma'am.
And that will be your senior year. So
Yes, ma'am.
after you graduate from high school, you'll have several classes under your belt for
ma'am.
credit classes for college. I think you told me that you took summer classes
Yes,
here
ma'am. I
at
took
West
the
Georgia
summer
Tech.
math class.
And how did that go?
It was kind of difficult because last year I was just a sophomore with sophomore math, and I jumped straight into college math. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but I think I was able to overcome
It introduced you to college life,
It did.
didn't it?
It did.
And you realized that it's not an easy
not
process.
that easy.
Very time consuming, and you have to study.
Yes.
Well, if you had a chance to talk to some of your friends that are not at Think Academy, what would you tell them?
I would definitely tell them that classes are not easier, but they're a lot more hands-on. They're a lot more compacted, so you don't have as many people. Also, I just feel like this school is just not so much better than LaGrange, but it's so much closer, and I feel like I learn more here than I do at my base school.
The classes are probably not as big as they would be in
Right.
LaGrange High School,
Right.
which sometimes that makes a big difference on your
It
learning.
does.
So tell me, in the process, you had to go through several questions in your mind. Why Think?
Yes.
What do I want to go to Think? Do I want to stay? I don't want to miss anything on the
Right.
LaGrange High School campus. So how did that play in your decision making?
Well, I knew that at LaGrange I wouldn't miss out on as much. We still get to go to pep rallies. We still get to participate in sports. I think it was just I wanted to prepare myself for the future, as I'm already a junior in high school, and I felt that Think was going to prepare me.
Well, do you see that's happening? I mean,
I do.
They
I do.
teach you other things besides your classes
Right.
and your subject matter. What else do they teach you?
I think soft skills is probably one of the biggest things, because at our high school we do kind of hit on it, but I feel here it's a major thing, and with going to college and getting a job, you have to be very professional, and I think
Think is providing that
Providing that,
opportunity
right.
for you to learn about it, because it's so important now. Employers are looking for those soft skills.
Right.
Give me an example of a soft skill that you've learned.
Well, I think right now, as I'm professionally dressed, at our high schools we don't really do that, and when you go to a job or whatever, I mean, you don't want to have your hair in your face. You want to be very, nicely dressed. And
What
prepared for the
about
job.
working with each other and in teams? Do they focus on that?
We do. We work in smaller teams. We also work in bigger teams, just all as a group.
You said you touched on hands-on.
Right.
That makes a big difference in
Yes,
your
it
learning.
does.
Well, we're done. We've talked our 5 minutes about how you like Think Academy. Is there anything you'd like to share before you're no longer on there?
I would just like to say that if you do not go to Think, it is a great opportunity to come and experience it.
Well, thank you very much for joining me today. Will you
my
keep
pleasure.
up and maybe come back again and give us an idea on your progress and what all you're doing?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
today. Welcome back to Tech Savvy. We're on the campus of West Georgia Tech and the Think Academy, the College and Career Academy, and we're talking to the Think Academy students about their experiences and their plans and all kinds of exciting things. And we have Sloan Raper here, and he is from what?
Calloway High School.
Calloway High School. What year are you?
2017, this year. I'm a
You're going to be
senior.
graduating.
Yes, ma'am.
What are your plans?
Go to Ole Miss and major in criminal justice and then join the FBI as a detective.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes, ma'am.
That is very exciting. Are you taking criminal justice here at West Georgia Tech?
No, ma'am. I'm in marketing because of DECA.
Oh, okay. You told me you were president
Yes,
of
ma'am.
DECA. Tell me about DECA.
It's sort of the school club for the marketing chapter. It is really fun. We go on trips, do competitions. It's something when I joined as a freshman I didn't think I was going to like, and now I'm the president.
So you've been in you Think Academy. Okay, they had DECA in Calloway High School.
Well, I went to Troop, so
Oh,
they
so-
had DECA at Troop, and then when Miss Briggs came, I came, but I
Okay.
transferred to Calloway.
Okay. And so what do you learn at DECA? I mean,
It's just like you learn skills. It's like the thing we're doing right now. Your competition is a job interview,
okay.
so you get really good people skills.
Good. So we're
ma'am.
practicing right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
aren't we? Well,
That's
you're
right.
doing a great job.
Thank you.
Why think?
Well, really, mainly for me, it was because of Miss Briggs, because I was in DECA, and then when she left for Troop to go to Think. But now I see that I really like it. It's more than marketing. I even like my core classes here. I like the
What
schedule.
core classes are you taking?
This semester I take economics. Next semester I take Brit Lit.
You're not taking any college classes, though?
No, ma'am. I'm
Nothing
strictly
from
here.
West Georgia Tech. Okay, well, tell me, so you said you want to go to Ole Miss.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to study criminal justice. Do you feel like Think Academy, the experiences that you're having with the Think Academy, are going to prepare you for college? And
I do, in a way. I feel like it's a lot more of a preparing for a workplace than a regular high school. It's a lot more professional here. I feel like with my work, I'm left on my own. It's just up to me to get the job done, which is more like a workplace than
Certainly.
a teacher, constantly telling you, hey, you got to get this done.
No lectures?
No, not really. It's more of a go read this and take off on your own.
And then you can ask questions if you
Right.
want to.
Yeah, the teachers are very helpful, but if you're responsible enough to do it yourself, they're fine with that. It's not a everybody's on one slow pace.
Good.
Which I like.
Excellent. All right, marketing, is that the group that does the cookies?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that. It's a small business that y'all are working on.
It is. That is for our DECA chapter. It's called our school-based enterprise. It's really great. I think last year we made around $4,000 or $5,000 for the store.
Most of it came from West Georgia Tech employees, I think.
Yes, probably. It comes from it's our school-based enterprise, and we can use that to get DECA credentials to send us to internationals,
Right.
which is like the main DECA competition at the end of the year. It can be, last year it was in Nashville, this year it's in California. So
Wow.
it's every state plus every country in the world competing in DECA.
So did you go to Nashville?
I did not because of baseball.
Oh, so
But
you're,
this year I plan
so you
to.
have your extracurricular activities
Yes,
like
ma'am.
baseball.
Yes, ma'am.
So you playing football?
No, ma'am, I just play baseball.
Just play baseball. Well, it sounds so exciting. So y'all make cookies. Tell me about it. Do y'all buy the raw materials?
We buy the little circular Otis Spunkmeyer dough, and then there's the Otis Spunkmeyer little oven, and we just put them on the trays, put them in, and they come out ready.
And then you have other refreshments in there
Yes,
too.
ma'am. We make smoothies, coffee. We have orange juice, yoo-hoos, water, grape juice.
So you're learning the business practices, like you purchase all this and then you have to sell it at a profit so that you can first make your money and cover your overhead,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yep.
That is such a valuable tool.
Yep. It is.
And you're going to appreciate that the older you get, and once you get into business and all, you'll appreciate
Oh,
it
no
because you'll
doubt.
understand it.
I even start spending better now because I
It's-
realize, well, they're making too much money on this. I'm not helping that cause. Trying to rip somebody off.
Well, that's great. Well, we're done with this episode, and we appreciate you being on here with
Yes,
us.
ma'am.
Would
Thank
you
you for having me.
please come back and
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
us up to date?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Thank you for joining
Yes, ma'am.
us. here at West Georgia Tech, and we're talking to Think Academy students today, and they sure are cute and bright and very, very smart. And we've got, introduce yourself.
Steven Souza.
Steven Souza. And what high school do you go to?
LaGrange High.
And what are you studying?
As of now, I think I am in game development, basically.
Okay, computers. So do you play a lot of?
Not enough, in my opinion.
Not enough is never enough, right?
No, it can never be enough.
Do you do those chasing them down the roads and stuff like that? What's that called?
You mean a racing game?
No, it's Pokemon. Pokemon, yeah. So do you know how that works?
For the most part, I can understand it.
Well, so anyway, so have you learned a lot at Think Academy?
I'd like to say I have, more than I ever would have.
Tell me, give me an example of what you've learned.
I've learned how to make sprites, which is basically the characters in a game, like a pixelated game.
And? Sprite's not like a drink.
No, not like the drink.
Okay. But, so that's part of your computer.
Yes.
But you had a lot of experience in it before you came.
Basically, we unravel a game, see what it's made of, and we find the heart that the artists and developers have put into it.
And it's pretty neat, isn't it?
It's a beautiful process. I love it.
Well, somebody's so smart to be able to put that together. I mean, that's just amazing to me.
It takes years of practice and studying.
What are your plans on now? So you're a senior?
Junior.
You're a junior this year? What are your plans?
Well, after I graduate, I plan on going to tech school for maybe 5 to 6 years, and after that, I plan on going overseas and start studying psychology while doing some game development work on the side.
Have you ever thought about going into like cybersecurity?
I've thought of it once or twice my freshman year, but honestly, it didn't really interest me as much as I thought it would.
Well, we've got an outstanding instructor. He's got a doctorate in cybersecurity, and it's very fun to listen to him. So you might want to just go by and say hey to him.
Maybe once in a while.
All right, tell me about soft skills. Are you learning about soft skills and the importance of soft skills at Think Academy?
For the most part. In layman's turn, I guess they're teaching me how to be an adult.
How's that working for you?
Honestly, it's terrifying. I can understand it, but I am scared out of my mind. I am being thrown right in there.
It's not fun being an adult.
No, it is not.
You might be take advantage of the situation as a high school student. It's pretty. These experiences and opportunities are so valuable.
And it helps me look good.
You definitely look good. Definitely. Today is Professional Dress Up Day, right?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
And so you dress what you want to be when you grow up?
Somewhat. You dress based on the classes you have. Like someone in healthcare could dress as a nurse.
Right.
And someone in my class would just dress fancily.
Oh, deck out like that. So, and you look really smart too.
Don't let the glasses fool you.
Well, we're so excited about you being here today and telling us about your experiences at Think Academy. If you had an opportunity to, well, I know you will, to talk to people that aren't at Think Academy but are considering it, what would you tell them?
I'd say that this is probably one of the best changes of environment you can have from the school you're in now. If you don't feel comfortable with your classes or where your future is heading, try Think. It teaches you all the things you need to know instead of what you'd learn at high school. Here you can learn how to change a tire, do taxes, balance a checkbook. Checkbook, thank you, sorry. Develop games, become a nurse. You can't really learn all of that at a regular high school.
Well, that's exactly what we want to hear, and that's what students need to hear because, well, parents even need to hear it because there's, students don't really know which direction they're going, and so here they can come to Think Academy and actually test out the career and see if that's what you want to do instead of wasting time.
High school is the map and Think is the compass.
That's interesting. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being with me today.
My pleasure.
Please plan on coming back and giving us an update on your progress.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Nobody wants to be stopped by a law enforcement officer. Everyone wants to feel safe.
So we've trained our officers to first listen and then explain.
We ask if you have contact with one of our officers, you listen, give him an opportunity to explain, comply with his requests, and if there's a problem, contact us so that we can investigate your complaint.
Listen, explain, comply, then complain.
Our safety and yours matters.
Welcome back to Tech Savvy. I'm Leigh Newman. I'm Executive Director of Campus Operations here at West Georgia Tech. And West Georgia Tech is fortunate to have the Career Academy here also on our campus. And that's what we're doing today, is we're talking about Think Academy with students. And please introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, my name is Jerry Jadwick, and I'm taking mechatronics here. Mechatronics.
Now please tell us what mechatronics is.
Mechatronics teaches you how to program robots, build them. It's a really fun class.
This is your first year here?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're just starting, you're at Mechatronics 1, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you gotten a chance to go into our industrial lab, West Georgia Tech?
Not yet, I want to though.
It is very impressive. We've got like the state-of-the-art version of, it's like what Kia uses and what all the industries, and it's great. It's like what you have in yours is very impressive.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's like level 7, 8, 9, 10 where you're 1, 2, and 3. So you're getting a really good foundation for something that's really going to be great.
Yes,
do you know the demand for people that are with your skills?
I know it's really high. That's why I'm in this field.
Is that what you're interested in going into?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
engineering possibly, or?
At first I wanted to be a pilot, but I can't because I'm color deceptive, so.
Oh, okay.
Next best thing.
Well, it's a good thing. In fact, if I had to go through college again, I would definitely go into the precision manufacturing, different, with the
Yes,
programming and all. So do you like math?
To a certain extent.
Do you like science?
Yeah, I love science.
So that's kind of the good foundation for the mechatronics program.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your instructor?
Mr. Sumner.
He is great, and he
Yes.
actually teaches for us at night at West Georgia Tech. So
I didn't know that.
You've got an outstanding instructor, and he's got a lot of valuable experience that he can share with you, and that's very, very good, very valuable. All right, well, so tell me, you told me high school?
Yes, ma'am.
What high school?
I go to LaGrange High.
LaGrange High, and do you go to LaGrange High in the morning or in the afternoon?
In the afternoon.
So what all do you take at LaGrange High School?
I take band. I've got my accelerated algebra and my honors American Lit.
Okay, so what do you take here at Think Academy?
Chemistry and mechatronics.
So that keeps you busy in the morning, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a full load, so you're in the band.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you play?
I play alto sax.
Well, that's exciting. So you're talented. Not only are you smart, but you're talented.
Yes, ma'am.
That's impressive. If you had an opportunity to talk to someone that's not at Think, that's considering it, what would you tell them?
Tell them go ahead and join. It's the best thing so far. I really enjoyed it, and I've been waiting since last year to join.
Well, so what is it so great? What's so great about Think Academy?
It's hands-on, and they let you do what you have to do, and there's hardly ever just sit down and do bookwork.
Right.
It's all hands-on so far.
Well, so you're in the mechatronics lab, so that means you get to play with all that fabulous
Yes,
equipment.
ma'am.
So what have you done on it?
Lately, we just built our first robot, and since I'm the main driver of my team, we won our last competition, and we're starting our next one today.
So you're competing against other students?
Yes, ma'am.
What does your robot do?
Our robot, the goal is to get cubes and beanbags into our area, and so we all had to start off on a basic design, which is a clawbot. It's on a tank drive, so one side moves and the other doesn't, and you have to move both of them to drive. And so what we did, we took the robot, and since we got to upgrade it, we put an extension on it and then made the claw longer so we can flip the other team's box out so they can't score.
That's pretty clever.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you not into the programming yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're close.
Because that's the fun part, when you use PLCs and telling them what they're doing and when they need to do it and how often they need to do it. And it's the speed that they're doing it in. And that is such a valuable skill.
I can't wait to learn
it. Really, that is valuable skills. Well, so when you grow up, you said you wanted to be a pilot, but now you think you're going to go into maintenance, or?
I was going to be either a robotics engineer or aerospace engineer for the Air Force.
That's impressive. That's very valuable. And the fact that you like it this early. I mean, it's not like once you get off to college and you say, don't like this, I want to do something else. So that's another main advantage about the Think Academy, is you get to practice and decide whether it's something you want to do when you grow up. Well, you've been wonderful today, and I certainly appreciate you joining us. And please, plan on coming back and giving us an update.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
and
too.
Good luck. Welcome back to Tech Savvy. We are on the West Georgia Tech campus, and we are interviewing Think Academy students. They are students at the College and Career Academy that's attached to West Georgia Tech, which I think is maybe the first in the state. So we're really excited about having y'all on our campus.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself and tell everybody what your name is, where you go to high school, and what are you taking this semester?
Well, my name is Jatarius Meadows. I attend Troop High School, and I'm in the business pathway.
Business pathway. So you have something to do with those cookies that I'm smelling?
No, I'm in financial literacy.
Oh, okay. So what are you learning in financial literacy?
About how to manage your money, and like how business are like involved in like the Olympics, for example, because we're learning about Olympics now and how.
Learn about what?
The Olympics.
Olympics, yeah, and how expensive it is.
Yeah, how sponsors like spending money on the players and also the teams. And
well, it's important in the business. Do you want to stop? The center? Okay. 2 and 1. Welcome back to Tech Savvy. We are on West Georgia Tech's campus in LaGrange. And we have the Think Academy, it's a college and career academy here attached to our facility. And today we're interviewing Think Academy students. And please introduce yourself and tell us you go to high school, what year you are, and then what are you studying here at Think Academy?
Well, my name is Jatarius Meadows. I'm a junior at Troop High School, and I'm studying the business pathway.
All right, the business pathway is, define your business pathway.
Financial literacy.
What does that mean?
It's like, it's part of the accounting, and like it just helps you know how to, teaches how to manage your money and show you how businesses interfere with like major sports and players and stuff like that.
That's an interesting way to look at financial literacy, because the Olympics, I guess that grabs your attention, so you're able to apply financial literacy to the Olympics.
Yes, like it shows how like sponsors interact with the players and the teams and how much they spend their money on the different teams and players and countries.
Well, what's the benefit to the sponsors for spending all that money?
Like it gives players like apparel to wear and their equipment.
Oh, okay, okay. So what else are you taking at Think Academy?
Algebra 2.
Algebra 2?
Yes.
That's tough. I had a hard time with algebra. How's it with you?
I mean, it's easier because I think we're interacting with technology to help us hands-on in it instead of writing on paper more like back at the base school, write on papers, but I think we're back in like tablets and laptops, and the active walls, so I think it's better here.
What is an active wall?
Well, it's a projector screen, but it also works with touch other than pen, and I think it's much better.
Well, it just keeps your interest probably in it. And do they do a project-based type learning? Like when you're learning algebra, they kind of apply the algebra
to real life things.
And that makes it a little bit easier to learn when you can apply it, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
What do you take at your base high school?
U.S. history. Is it earth science? And
just your basic core classes is what you have to
Yes.
have for graduation. What year are you?
2018.
So that means you'll graduate next year.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think you're going to do? What are you going to take some more financial literacy in your second semester?
Yes, I'm taking business and accounting class.
Do you think that you might want to take some classes at West Georgia Tech next year?
Yes.
Because you can get college credit, you don't have to pay for it. That would make a lot of people happy at home if you were able to get that done. Are you planning on going to college?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you want to go to college?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
But you want to study the accounting? You want to continue in the business
Yes,
field?
ma'am.
That's very good, because that's very important that you, employers need somebody with the education that you're getting. And you might have more access to employers when you're at Think Academy. Do you get to meet employers?
Yeah, we met someone yesterday, and she was part of she owns a real estate, and she was telling how she got started in her business and how it benefits her now.
That's pretty cool to learn that and experience that with somebody that's actually can tell you what to do and what not to do. That's very good information, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if you had an opportunity to talk to friends of yours that are considering maybe going to Think Academy, maybe not, what would you tell them?
I would recommend it because here at Think, the work is much easier, and you interact with more things hands-on than at the basic school where you just learning how everybody in books and all of that. So I would recommend it. I would recommend Think Academy.
How do you like going to school with other different high school students?
It's the same to me, really.
You know everybody anyway, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's pretty cool that you're able to do that. How you like coming to West Georgia Tech, being on the college campus?
It feels good to make me think that I'm in college.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, but you got to be a grown-up when you come to college, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the tough part. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you'll plan on coming back to Tech Savvy and give us an update on your progress.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's very nice to meet you,
Nice
and
to meet
thank
you
you
too.
for coming.
Thank you.
And that concludes our episode of at Think Academy at West Georgia Tech, and thank you for joining us.